Greetings and welcome to my channel. My name is Abagnatius and let's watch myself play some Captain of Industry. As promised in the last video and as kind of cliff hung in the last video, there will now be some interesting production or rather construction to place containers for all the outputs of the ore sorting plants, and automate the delivery of those outputs. I just counted five squares. You will see why. This too is something I've done several times already with all the aborted games I had. This is something I figured out a little bit of time ago. Now I was thinking left in, right out, or right in, left out. And I will end up with right in, left out, if I'm not entirely mistaken. No, left in, right out. Left in, right out. Yes. You will see why. That way I can keep this neat and close together. Otherwise, that's the word. Otherwise, I would have needed to place this here, which would have made it stick out, which wouldn't have been as elegant. I was thinking about this issue now, but with no, I was actually doing it wrong. That's exactly the decision I just made. Did I do it that way? Yeah, that very much worked. Okay, I said nothing. Everything is as it should have been. This has always been the plan. Nothing creative has happened at all. Exactly. That's also what I noticed. Right in, left in, right out. Of course, I'm gonna do that in all the storages. Okay. I have tried and I will try to adhere to a standardized solution, but I think I had several, definitely had several cases with right in, left out, even right in, right out. Shocking. But at the end of the day, we must do what is most practicable. Okay. I had that built, and that's going to take a little bit of time. In the meantime, I checked around a little bit. So let me do some, or not. I decided to add a fuel station so that the big vehicles don't have to come by to get their fuel all the time, but make things a bit easier for them. Okay, jumping am I? I think so, jumping ahead. Because this is going to take a bit of time. Okay, here it's finished. And that's what all the ore sorting plants with containers will look like. One big issue is, of course, the amount of dirt, meaning as I dig into the resource mountains from ground level, that means that I will have to dig through a substantial amount of dirt first before I get to the resources, to the pay dirt. And all that dirt has to go somewhere. And I didn't build that solution at that time. Okay. Here is diesel, okay. Yes, oh yes, let's go back a little bit. Then I realized, holla, why is the waste so bad? Then I looked at the dumping ground. I thought I had built one, and now I see it's on 0, 0. I smacked my forehead and decided to raise it up so that the trucks actually have the ability to dump something. If only a +0.1, that at least raises the whole thing high enough. That all the waste will be dumped over the coast. Okay, checking on the second mining thing. Checking on other things. Also, iron was getting low, but the iron mine was already running. Here we can see that waste is now being dumped as it should have been. Crisis never happened, actually. Crisis averted. Okay. I was now thinking about the dirt issue, and that this one needs to have the extension too. Or at least I think I did. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, we've got first iron ore having been smelted. That's fantastic, of course. And that's the beauty of games like this. I can develop the containers for the ore sorting plant once and then just copy paste. Okay, jumping ahead for more vehicles. Yes, let's go back a little bit. That's the export routes to make sure that the mining towers only export to the ore sorting plants they are supposed to, so that not one of the mining towers ends up clogging up everything with dirt, but that it only clogs itself up if something untoward happens. Here I got rid of finally the purchase bricks from metal, with metal. Okay. And I also needed more trucks because extremely busy. Up here you can see. Jumping ahead. Okay. Here I placed the container for coal and iron ore, if I'm not entirely mistaken. Not to wire up, but just to have the containers close by to make things a bit easier for the trucks. Okay, let's see. Coal is full. Wonderful. Same goes for iron ore. Jumping ahead. Oh, this is important. This is the initial. This is the start. The start of the main line. This is the initial containers, which are built as small buffers and as delivery points to start with. Right now, several hours later, these containers are still there. They're just buffers now. They're no longer accessible. There are conveyors and pipes and everything in front of them and in the back of them, making them completely inaccessible. But that's no issue. They're still buffers. And in case of any kind of unfortunate event, they give me a little bit of extra time. And this was for coal. What was it for? The 4 basics. Rock, dirt, coal and iron. And of course I also needed the other stuff like sand, limestone. And as I was mining here, or going to mine here, also gold, crystal, and some other stuff. Oil, for example, wood. All of that would come a little bit later into this row of containers. In the case of wood, right now. Those are the basics, and of course copper. And sand. No, limestone. Then I realized I also need sand. Oh, not the crystal quartz, I mean. Which I then decided to add. I mean, I wasn't going, and I still am not going to work with quartz for some time to come, but I want to have it prepared and ready to go for when my research gets there. Same goes for gold. Right now, several hours later, gold is being mined and is also in its container, ready to go. And here I'm going to build the start of the main line. It's almost a bit nostalgic to see this. Now, again, my game series, my gameplay is several hours beyond this, and it looks much different. Or rather, it still looks exactly like this, just, well, in use, if you know what I mean. Yes, that was the gold line, which I realized that I had forgotten. Okay. Now I checked, do I have everything? That's 4, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why 9? I was thinking, why 9? And recounting? This to get the overview over the resources going in and out. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I had forgotten to count sand. I was widely grinning at this time. Now come the lifts to get everything into to the correct height. Okay, now I can just copy paste these. Okay, replace this with a flat lift. Wonderful. And now came the part where I connected everything into the main line, I think. Nope. Come on. Wonderful. And the same for everything else. Let me... Did I do the same for everything else at this point in time? I think I did. I'm not sure. Maybe not. What I have noticed is the people are starving notification. That I don't have any food left. So I knew first I'm not delivering any of the vegetables, which is of course a bit unoptimal. Then I gave everybody P1 to make sure that the stuff actually gets delivered. Then I realized that making saplings now have been a bit of a blunder, because it took away farming space from food, which wasn't ideal. So I think yeah, I called it or did I? Which did I build first? The farms. To get production of food up to a more, let's say, sustainable level. Let me speed this up a little bit, because now comes the part where I just choose the food for them. Okay, and now there isn't much else. Why pause? Ah, that was a misclick. And now there isn't much else I can do. Where the food problems is concerned. So I went back to wiring the containers to the main line, as you can see. We speed this up even more. I love how funky music gets. Checking on the farms, checking on the food situation, which still isn't ideal. But food is being grown. There is no reason to panic at this point in time. Okay, now everything is connected into the main line and the food situation is getting better. Wonderful, and this is a perfect, this is a bit, okay, this is better. Perfect place to end this episode. Thank you for watching, like, subscribe and notice really if you so choose, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.